People from all over the world travel to northern Michigan for the year-round stunning views, but arguably the most highly anticipated time of the year are these couple weeks at the end of October where the fall colors are at their peak. I've lived here my entire life and I've always enjoyed watching the summer transition to fall, but I've never gone out of my way to take a fall color tour. So today we're doing exactly that. I've got 3 stops planned, 2 of which I've never been to, but everybody always talks about them and posts them on social media. And one of them is my favorite hiking trail of all of northern Michigan. And I think it's gonna be a great spot to see the colors change. While we've got these 3 main stops planned, I also have 3 side objectives that I want to accomplish. The first of which is I need to find this bridge. I have no idea, I've never been there before, but I always see people post that on social media and it looks awesome. Second one, it doesn't feel like fall until we find a farm stand and buy some apples or something from that. Lastly, I haven't updated my cover photo on Facebook in 4 years, so we need to find a cool shot for that. First stop is south of Traverse City. We're in Buckley at the High Banks Rollaway, or the Buckley High Rollaway. This is a really cool spot to see the fall colors. We are gonna go to this observation deck, which is a super easy walk, probably only 100 yards from the parking spot, and check out these views. So this is my first time ever actually being here, and as soon as I walked up, I was absolutely blown away by how far you can see. This is a really beautiful spot. You're looking down at the Manistee River, which is quite a ways below us. It's really awesome that you can just see for miles up here, and you've got all these different color variations through the trees. I don't think we're necessarily at peak right now for the vibrance coming from the trees, but in maybe a few days or a week from now, this should look really awesome. The other cool thing about this place is I looked at the sign on the way in, and there's hiking trails completely surrounding this, so I'm sure you can take some of those and probably find some other observation areas that would look really awesome here. But I don't know how that works because there's some that are a couple miles long and then others that said like 2,000 miles and you can get to Vermont. Not quite sure who's gonna do that, but really cool feature. And then also we were reading about it on the way here, and apparently this is where they used to do a lot of lumber activities, and so they would cut the trees down and then roll them down the hill, which is why that gets the name of the High Rollaway, down into the river and then let it go downstream. On your way in or out of checking out the High Rollaways, make sure you stop by this pumpkin patch. We're only about 1.5 miles away. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Paul's or Pales, but we'll put the spelling on the screen so you can Google it. Really cool spot. They've got a corn maze, some pumpkins. You can do U-pick if you'd like. Make sure to check this one out. Stop number 2 of the color tour. This is Treat Farm Trail, which is just south of Empire. It's in Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. So this is a really cool hiking trail. It's my favorite hiking trail in northern Michigan. It's not necessarily something that I've seen as like a color tour stop traditionally. However, I think it's gonna be really cool, and camera guy Sean has never been back here, so I'm excited to see his take on it. So this hike ends out on the sand dunes, and you can see really cool views of Lake Michigan. However, halfway through, and I think we're just coming up on it now, here are some old buildings, an old house and barns and stuff. So some cool little things on the way there before you get to the final destination. One of the toughest things to do is time when the colors are going to be at their peak. And so you probably noticed the outfit change, but we actually shot the Buckley High Rollaways video about a week ago, and we're planning on shooting these as well. However, we just didn't think that the trees were at their peak yet. So a really important thing to do is try to get here within a couple days of the trees being at their peak if you want the full experience. And one of the best ways to do that is just keep an eye on social media and see when people start posting Northern Michigan fall pictures and the colors are popping. You got to try to get up here as fast as possible. So hopefully today we have a little bit more color, but it just changes based on how close you are to the water or how inland you are. So let's see what happens. All right, we made it further down this trail. The farm buildings are over there that you guys saw from the drone shots. We are at kind of the little Y in the road here, so we can either choose to go up this and it's more of a steep incline to get all the way to the top, or take this route, which is more of a gradual slope all the way around. So I think we're gonna take this and just get right to the top on the way in, and then when we come back, we'll take this longer route just so we can see everything. It's pretty steep, dude. Probably can choose better shoes to wear than the old Nikes.
Correct footwear was not worn for this.
Those are worse than the Nikes.
It's all good. We'll make it.
Yeah, we didn't. I could have prepared you better for this.
Working up a sweat, dude.
Same. You can see through here. Probably can't tell through video how steep this is, but I definitely think that other way is the move.
Yeah.
We'll see on the way back.
I mean, especially if you got young kids.
Oh yeah.
Older folk.
This is the workout version. All right, I'm absolutely out of breath from that little hike.
For sure.
But look at this. This isn't even the water side. This is inland. But if you want to talk about color, colors are popping right now. I think we're coming up on the water views. Yeah, I can just see them. So we are at the peak here. Well, we still got a little ways to go. Look at that. Dude, what do you think?
It's awesome. I'm sweating, but it's awesome.
I'm sweating for sure. Proper tire was not worn. Yeah, wow. Oh, look at, there's a deer right there. There's 2 deer. Sean, there's 2 deer right here. How cool is this? These deer are like mountain goats. Okay, that's gotta be one of the coolest spots I've ever seen a deer at. Yeah, and if you want to talk about fall colors, look at this.
This is epic.
This is, yeah, what do you think? First time being out here.
Epic, dude.
We were just talking about how we have both lived here our whole lives, and we just take this stuff for granted. Like, we never come out here and do this. The fact that Sean's never been here is crazy. I've never been on the Pierce Stocking Drive, which we're about to take next. So hopefully if there's locals watching this, you take this as a sign to get out and enjoy the place that we live. All right, we're doing it right here. Just took the picture. Not sure how my wife is gonna feel about changing this out. Choose cover photo. Right here. Yep. Done. Check it off the list. Gotta say, not necessarily looking forward to walking all the way down there and around and taking that longer trail that I was talking about that's more gradual. But we told you we'll do it, so we're gonna knock it out.
Men of our word.
Yeah, men of our word. We'll never lie to you. Just not gonna do it. Sean's not used to being on that side of the camera. Something that Sean just mentioned is that if you have little kids, you should probably maybe not bring them to this one. It's just, I mean, maybe if you take that other path, we'll give you an update, but it's right on the edge of a really big drop on both sides. And it's just a really tight path with a lot of little things you could trip on. I know we're here for the color tour, but it's just so hard not to get distracted by these views of the water. It's like a good little bonus feature to all those colors.
occasionally get like an uneasy feeling.
Yeah, it's up here. Dude, it's almost like a hammock. This is nature's way of telling you to take a break on this hike. You got your own hammock or bench. It's like a 2-in-1. What's your thoughts on the degree of difficulty on this thing?
What, on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's terrible. Maybe like a 4 or 5. I don't know.
Sean's giving it a 4 or 5. I would say it's not so much that it's a hard hike. It's just that it's like a sketchy hike.
The sketchy factor is higher.
The sketchy factor is higher than the difficulty level, because you take one step off this, I feel like you might not even be able to see it in the video, but this is pretty slanted down to that water. And as you can see, there's like no path. All right, we just noticed on this path that somebody built a fort. So you got your hammock and you got your spot to sleep. I mean, you can just live out here. Look at this thing. Views of the water. This is waterfront property, dude. This is a cream. This is a $2 million shack right here. Look at the, they already got the, look at the slide. Someone's been sliding down here and I got the flat Nikes on. I mean, I said it's my favorite hike in Northern Michigan. I would venture to say this is the best hike. Like, if you have a better hike than this, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear it, because I'm going out on a limb saying this is the best hike. Treat Farm Trail.
Just the roar of the waves coming on the shore.
And you got like the best of both worlds, because you got the inland, you got the sand dunes, and you got the water. It doesn't get better. I'm not sure the camera puts this into perspective, but if you slip up on this trail, you got a long ride ahead of you down to that water. I mean, this is scary. If you're afraid of heights, this might not be the hike for you. We got done with that portion of the hike and we're back to the spot where if we would have went straight instead of taking a right to take that other path up to the top of the bluff, this is where we would have came out. So I just started my watch. We're gonna have the distance back to the car as well as how much time it takes us to get back there. We just made it back to that Y in the trail, and there's absolutely no reason why you need to take that one. This is a flat path all the way to the edge of the sand dunes. Highly recommend just taking that straight away and not trying to attack that big hill. Unless you're just looking for a workout, you can accomplish the same thing by going straight right there. We just got done with the Treat Farm Trail hike, and it was just over 1 mile and about 20 minutes to get back here. So I would say if you don't take that right and go up the hill, if you just go straight to get to the end of the bluff, it's about a 2 out of 10 difficulty and pretty easy, almost flat the entire way there. We have a lot more to get done in this video. We have the objective of finding that bridge as well as finding a farm stand. And then we're gonna take the last stop is the Pierce Stocking driving tour. So we had one that was a small walk just off the parking area at the Buckley High Rollaways. And then we had this 1 mile walk, and now the rest you can just do from the car. So we might get out and stop and see if there's some cool spots to take some video. Otherwise, we'll be in the car. I think we just found it. Objective number 2 is about to get checked off. Self-serve roadside farm stand. It does not get any more fall than this. Let's go see what they have. What do we got here? Do they even have a name? Not sure they even have a name. Apples, pumpkins. I mean, come on. This is what I was looking for. Check it off the list. Objective 2, Sleeping Bear Orchards. There's the name. We found a farm stand off the side of the road. Sleeping Bear Orchards. They got a little bit of everything. They got all you need. So I gotta figure out what I wanna get from this place. All right, we made the decision. We're gonna get the old bag of Honeycrisp, the large bag. Make it feel like fall. We gotta figure out. I mean, this is just, I don't know how it gets more fall than that right there. Roadside stand, nobody's here working, it's just the honor system. We got our apples, farm fresh. Let's keep going. All right, we're headed to the last stop. We got our apples. We're gonna have to give these things a try. Honeycrisp, the only way to go. Is that your favorite?
For sure.
Yeah.
Clean them off a bit, huh?
Yeah. The juice right away.
The crunch.
So good the GoPro couldn't even hang on. I'm telling you right now, this thing was picked off the tree about a day ago or this morning.
Best Honeycrisp I've ever had.
Best? That's a
Best.
statement. Roadside farm, it doesn't get better than that. If you see one, you gotta stop. We just made it to the third and final stop of this color tour. I've still got the Honeycrisp apple from that farm stand, which I hope you didn't think I was kidding. This is legit an amazing apple, juicy, crispy. Anyways, last and final stop, Pierce Stocking Scenic Drive. I also think we're gonna get Objective 3 checked off the list and be able to find that bridge on this drive. So let's go check it out. All right, we just got in. Apparently this is a national park, not a state park. So we just had to pay $25 to get in here. I didn't know that was a thing. I guess you do now. So you can either have the national park pass, or I just got a 7-day pass, which is the cheapest one for $25. So hopefully this thing's worth it.
Debit card only.
Debit card only, no cash. Objective 3 complete. We finally found the bridge. You know I took a picture for Instagram. Let's do this thing. All right, we got to the bridge. It comes up fast. Like, it was the very first stop. You gotta be ready for that thing. There is a pull off that you can do right afterwards, but I was so infatuated with that bridge, I actually have no clue what else is on this drive. So we're in for the journey. Let's see what we can find. Stop number 3 on this drive, and this is one of the most busy stops. He said it was the most popular. You can see Little Glen, Big Glen, you've got the Dune climb, you've also got the Manitou Islands, and as far as color tours go, this is amazing. You can see so many different trees with all the variations of color. Highly recommend checking it out. This might be a hot take, but I'm just gonna be honest. Stops 4 through 8 so far have been extremely underwhelming. It's basically like just pulling off to the side of the road and looking at the woods. Like, there's nothing that they're trying to show us, no cool overlooks. So we'll see. So far, really good at the beginning and then kind of tapered off. We'll see what 9 and beyond have in store. All right, we're at stops 9 and 10. He said 9 was one of the most popular stops, and the parking lot shows that because it's packed. So we're about to head up here. Let's see if it's worth it. All right, this is worth it. All right, this is pretty sweet. This is stop 9, and there is a cliff going all the way down to the water. And it looks like if you go down there and can't get back up, it's actually $3,000 to come rescue you. So go at your own risk. All right, there's no denying this is really cool, but honestly, we just did this for free down at Treat Farm Trail, and this is a color tour video, so let's get back to business. That's a wrap on Fall Color Tour 2024. I think my biggest takeaway of this video is that we have so many things up here that are absolutely free to be able to check out. So if you want to come take a color tour, check out one of those free spots. If you want to get connected with me, I am a full-time real estate agent here in Northern Michigan. So you can book a call with me at kjsayer.com or shoot me a DM on Instagram at kjsayertc. Check out these videos. YouTube thinks you'll like these ones. We'll see you in the next video.